What's good, podcast world? What's good, YouTube?
Sixers are in trouble. I need a top five.
Man, let's get into best of the week, man. What's good, podcast world? What's good, YouTube? Back for another episode of Charge It to the Game Sports Podcast. As you can see, I'm joined by Big Z. Our boy Jay's out, man. We actually kicked him out of the group. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. Jay, get brother. You know what I mean? My man battling with him, man. So
we miss you.
Yeah, man, we miss you, brother. Hope you're doing well, man. But yeah, we're back for another episode. So everybody, thanks again as always for tuning in. If you're listening to us on the YouTube channel, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And then again, we're always on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts. The last few episodes, we've had a ton of guests for you guys. So if you missed any of the episodes, we had a ton of people. Like I said, we had Lofa Tutu, Brad Johnson. We just recently had Albert Hainsworth. We had a Ice Young, a scoring guard. She's playing overseas now, professionally in Germany. She made most of her bones in college at Syracuse and Siena University. Just a ton of guests, man, and more to come. Actually, on the upcoming episode, we got a great chat with our guy Darrell Armstrong, man. We really got into it. Yeah, right, Z, man.
Do not miss. Stories from Michael Jordan to Kobe to LeBron. Coach Armstrong has seen it all.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Coach Armstrong, Player Armstrong, whatever you want to call him. He's played with the best. He's played with Tracy McGrady. He set it up for him when he was with Orlando. He's coached, obviously now assistant coach of the Dallas Mavericks under head coach Jason Kidd in his first year there. Obviously, he told us some stories about Luka and things like that. So if you're a Dallas Mavericks fan, if you're a Luka fan, if you're a Darrell Armstrong fan, which I am.
If you're an NBA fan.
Yeah,
definitely.
NBA fan, period. Make sure you tune in. And then in a few upcoming weeks, we'll probably have one of our last guests on, which will be Ronnie Brewer, former Utah Jazz, played with Chicago Bulls, guard. I think he's coaching now at Arkansas.
He played at Arkansas. Arkansas legend.
Yep, Arkansas legend. So he's going to be coming on. He's going to, talking some basketball with us. So, but right now we're doing football, so we're gonna give it to you today. So today's outlook for the show
season right around the corner.
I know. So, I'm gonna let you go ahead and set it up, bro. So what are we talking about, man?
So we will be doing our annual previews. Today we will start with the NFC East and the NFC West, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
But yes, our annual previews. People been asking for it. People ready for it. I always say the dumpster fire of the NFL, the NFC East, with Washington winning it last year with a 7-9 losing record.
I know. It's incredible, right? Like, so being here in the DMV area, like, obviously we got some type of love, for Washington. Some of us do. And then Jay, that's his second team. I don't know how you have a second team in football. I don't know how you do that. You know what I mean? But, hey, we'll let him slide because he's our boy. But,
now, breaking news today that they've narrowed the team name down to 2 names. So
really?
Yeah, so they will decide for one of the 2 names pretty soon.
Okay. All right.
And, so yeah, Coach Rivera was on TV saying, I guarantee everybody will be proud of this name. And the only hint he gave was it'll represent the entire DMV, whatever that means.
Okay. Hey, we're going to see.
That was a hit.
Hey, we're gonna see, man. I don't know what it is. I mean, I really don't care. I mean, I think it's kind of funny calling the football team the no-name team. I kind of clown them a little bit, but it's cool. It's for the right cause. You feel me? Before we jump into the division stuff, man, we got to talk about it really, really quick, like maybe 2 minutes or a minute and a half. Tim Tebow being cut. What is your opinion on that, man? So
he embarrassed Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer stuck his neck out.
He said he embarrassed him. He embarrassed himself, though.
The least you could do was be competent as a player. I mean, he just was absolutely, horrible. couldn't block, couldn't catch. I mean, yeah. It would have been better if he would have tried to do a Taysom Hill type of role, running the option, doing some different things, maybe catching passes out the backfield as a fullback, maybe as a lead blocker as a fullback, something.
But we can't even block as we saw.
Well, yeah. Yeah, so that was an embarrassment. I mean, I guess that proves 10 years away from the league. It's not as easy as people think. I could just get back and try to earn a position. I mean, folks are fighting for jobs, fighting for their lives on the line.
Literally, man.
Yeah, but he got an opportunity, so that's.
Yeah, I mean, my opinion on with the whole Tim Tebow thing, I've been said it before he even started. The guy should never got the opportunity. I mean, they asked him to play tight end before, he denied it. He said, I'm a quarterback, which is cool. You know what I mean? All right, you pan out and flame out in the league at quarterback. You do all these other things, and then you come out at the age of, 35 or 34 and come back. Okay, I mean, you didn't put nothing on paper for anybody to bring you back other than that's your old head coach. And I want you guys to listen to an episode. I think we had it with Coach Edwards at Brown University, Retreads. And these guys, I mean, this is a good old boys club. You guys got to understand the NFL. I know you might not know, you know what I mean? Like I follow football vividly. Me, Z, and Jay, and all these other guys. If you're a casual fan, you might not know. A lot of these guys don't know what they're doing. If you listen to the interview, even with Albert Hainsworth, we called out my man Pepper Johnson. I mean, he was the defensive line coach for the Patriots at the time. He said he didn't learn shit until Bill walked in the room. These guys know what they're doing.
See, that was the thing. He played for Bill with the Giants, so that's like a 20-year relationship. Bill did him a solid by putting him on his staff.
Retread, right? You can't hire – the thing is, you can't hire your boys – you know what I mean? To do a job. Pepper Johnson was a great player, right? He doesn't mean he's a great coach. Michael Jordan was a great player. Is he a good GM? Hell no. He drafted Kwame Brown. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Think about Magic as a coach. What did he last? 13 games?
Bro, I don't even remember that one.
Yeah. So he was a coach. I think it was 13 games. In a meeting, one of the players' cell phones went off in the meeting. He took the guy's phone, broke it, and then walked out and said, I can't do this, and went into ownership and became a billionaire.
Yeah. You can't. I mean, in this day and age, man, you can't, even these old dinosaurs, as we call, like I said, I'm telling you, listen to the Albert Hainsworth interview. We talked about it with Big Al, man. Yeah. That's one of the realest dudes. I just want to chop it up with real people. I don't want to get on here and laugh and ha and he and ho and talk fake shit. Albert is as real as they come, real solid dude. And all our guests are, honestly, you know what I mean? But that's why we bring them on the show. But, I mean, I don't want to get into it too much. But, like I said, I mean, these guys going to be going.
And, I mean, so there have been some successes where quarterbacks became tight ends, like Logan Thomas with Washington, Tyree Jackson, who was the quarterback at a University of Buffalo, 6'7", big quarterback. Philly made him a tight end, and now he based on the preseason game I watched last week, he's going to be a good tight end. But these guys are 6'7", 6'8", 280 pounds. They understand route running because they were legit quarterbacks with some size, with some strength. And it's taken some time, but they've developed into decent tight ends.
Yeah.
Tebow doesn't have the height.
He's stiff. He is incredibly stiff. Yeah. Like I don't want to bore you guys with because I can talk football and break down Tim Tebow. I mean to the numbers. And he has stiff hips. I mean all of that. I can Mike Mayock you all day, but I'm not gonna do that. I ain't gonna get into it. My man's going. Urban Meyer, I will be betting against your team all season. Thank you, sir. Thank you. But
you know, I love him. I appreciate the trade. Traded Pro Bowl linebacker Schubert for a 6th-round pick.
What are you doing?
Thank you, Urban Meyer.
What are you doing? Hey, I thank you. I just hope the money lines ain't too high. I mean, you know what I mean? I just don't hope. I hope the money's line is not a minus 700 on the Jags every week. You feel me?
You know what? The funny thing is, the dude landed in Pittsburgh, and in the first walkthrough, they gave him the helmet with the green dot to call the plays. And they basically said, Bush, you're no longer calling the plays.
Schubert's a Pro Bowl linebacker.
Yeah, you move to the other linebacker. Spillane, get out. Schubert, you've been here 5 minutes. Here's the helmet. You called all the plays. Let's go.
Veteran linebacker, man.
The funny thing, I watched a Mike Tomlin mic'd up from last year where they had the NFL top 100 players, and they were doing the Minkah Fitzpatrick part. And Minkah had a pick, ran the pick back, and the camera goes to Coach Tomlin. He's mic'd up. So I could not believe the Dolphins let him go for a first-round pick. Unbelievable. I kept thinking.
I mean, like I said, the rich get richer. I mean, their defense is going to be legit. And then when we talk about the Steelers, me and Z already talked about, I mean, for our probably even Jay with our teams, we'll probably do a separate episode when we do division. Like when we do NFC South, the Bucks fans, I'm probably giving you about 40 minutes detailed breakdown. You know what I mean? For our respective teams, Z's probably going to do the same. And then Jay, if you want to do the same, you know what I mean? You can, man. But, hey, it is what it is. Let's hop into this division stuff, man. So, first team on the board, Z, and everybody, is the Giants. So, Z, tell us a little bit about the Giants, man. I mean, they hung in there to the end, right? I mean, they had an opportunity to make the playoffs. As crazy as it sounds, at what, a 6-10 record or some shit?
And then Philly took Hurts out of the game.
Yeah.
For the second half to get a better draft pick.
Yeah.
And then that was the end of the Giants' hopes. So this is a big year for Daniel Jones. He was drafted same time as Haskins. He has not. And
people were questioning that pick. People were questioning that pick. You know what I mean?
This is a do or die year for Daniel Jones. I mean, the bullseye is on him. No more. I mean, it's either put up or shut up. On the positive side, they are getting Saquon Barkley back. That was a huge blow to them. So when he's healthy, he can carry them. And from what I've seen on clips during the training camp, he looks like Saquon. so that is a definite positive on the offense because you're going to get one of the best running backs in the game back. He's young. He's only 24. He carried the ball 19 times last season and tore his knee up. So no carries. He basically has a year of no wear and tear. And so that's going to be huge for them having Barkley back. Hopefully he doesn't get injured. Hopefully he stays on the field because if he gets injured, they just released Albert Morris was the backup.
Man, he's still playing? Oh, my God.
So he got released yesterday. So, but yeah, all reports out of training camp are basically that Saquon's in good form, looking good. And so that is a big deal for them. Receiving core has been pretty underrated. I mean, they have some additions.
Yeah, they're pretty nice.
Yeah, so Darius Slayton was their go-to guy basically last year. He was above average. I mean, he
was solid. I mean,
he had over 700 yards receiving. They did add Kenny Golladay, gave him a huge contract, 4 years, $72 million.
He's going to be let's talk about Kenny Golladay for a little bit. What Kenny Golladay does for the Giants offense is gives Daniel Jones a big, wide, huge target, a guy who's going to go up and get the ball, and a true number one. It allows Darius Slayton and Sterling Shepard, who are good guys. Yeah. It puts them in position. It allows Darius Slayton to be a number two rather than to be a number one. It allows Sterling Shepard to be a number three or a slot. And then they got Kadarius Toney. Yeah. Kadarius Toney, I don't know if you guys watch college football or not. Man, he might come in and take someone's job. Like
University of Florida.
Yeah, I mean he's a dog. I mean, incredibly fast. Speedy, quick, in and out of routes. Now for the Giants, I will say this. I mean, the offensive skill positions do look good, and from seeing what I see from Daniel Jones, I think he'll be okay as long as they calm him down and they call the right plays. Now
offensive line is going to be key.
Offensive line. Now, offensive line, that's the reason why Saquon Barkley gets hurt sometimes. I mean, they say hike, the guy gets the ball, and then boom. Like, he's not going nowhere. You can't go nowhere when you're literally getting the ball and defensive tackles in your face. They've had horrible drafts. I forget what didn't they draft Isaiah Wilson? Originally?
No, they drafted.
There was somebody they drafted. They've had horrible picks at offensive line.
He's on his third team, the tackle they drafted with the number 10 pick.
Yeah, I mean, so they got Andrew Thomas, who's been I don't know if he's been a bust. He hasn't been what they expected. He went high. I think he went higher than Tristan Wirfs.
He did.
The Bucks, which is incredible.
He was the number 4 pick.
I mean, I don't know how you passed on Tristan Wirfs. I mean, just looking at the guy's workout, that alone. But, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, but the Giants, I mean, their offense. But the thing is,
tight end will be strong. They added Kyle Rudolph. They have Evan Ingram. So they gave Daniel Jones weapons. That's why this is a big year for him. He has no excuse. I mean, they gave him weapons. He's got to produce. I mean, that's the whole key. He's got to produce this year.
Yeah, I mean, he has to produce. Now, on the defensive side of the ball, I don't want to spend a ton of time on it. The Giants on defense are going to be solid. I mean, they're pretty loaded on defense.
They were average. They were average last year. They improved at the end of the year.
Yeah.
They were averaging, giving up about 350 yards per game, and then they reduced that towards the end of the year to about 320 a game. So they showed improvement.
Yeah, under Joe Judge. I mean, Joe Judge has been a solid. I'll be the first one to tell you, I had no faith in Joe Judge. He showed me a lot. I mean, he's allowed the guys to come in there and fight, and he's shown that he really cares about his guys. He's going to work them. But yeah, as far as on the defensive end for the Giants, man, I'm looking at that secondary.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys know about Adoree Jackson. Adoree Jackson is the top corner in the league.
Yeah,
he's huge. He's like a guy like what's the guy that the Redskins picked? Well, Washington picked up. I forgot.
William Jackson.
William Jackson. Yeah. It's like you don't know about these guys, but you don't until you find out. Like, these guys are really, really good. These guys not.
And on the D line, they get Leonard Williams back too. He was hurt all last year.
Yeah.
So USC D lineman, first round pick. He's of the Jets, of course. Jets.
Oh yeah, he got his money. Yep,
yeah,
Leonard Williams.
He'll be back.
Dexter Lawrence
missed the whole year, and so he's coming back this year too. So that's their defense was average last year. It should be above average this year. But that's going to be the key: how the defense plays, how Daniel Jones plays, and keeping Saquon healthy.
Yeah,
are the keys to the Giants. Projected win total for the Giants this year is 7 wins. What are you feeling? Over, under on the 7?
Over, under on the Giants with the 7 wins, man. That is tough. In a division with Philly, who's trash, Dallas, who can be trash or who could be,
unknown.
I just don't know. Dallas is just like hit or miss, and we'll get into them. But with the 7 wins, just really quick, if I had to guess, because I'm not going to touch that, I will probably say even if just 7. If I pick 7 games, do you win or lose, or is it just a push?
It's a push. Yeah, 7 is a push.
I just can't see them winning over 7 games. If I had to pick, I would say over, though. I mean, I would say that. I would say over. I think they're going to be pretty solid. I mean, and in that division, they can beat anybody. Dallas ain't nobody.
Depends on Saquon. If Saquon's healthy, they will definitely go over.
Yeah,
because Saquon he's a difference maker. I mean, they had him for basically one game. He tore his ACL first game.
What you got over on the phone?
That
number one to Philly.
So I may look under the 7.
Under the 7?
Yeah, with the caveat on Saquon. If Saquon's healthy and he dominates, it'll be over. If he doesn't, it's Daniel Jones. I'm not a Daniel Jones guy. I'm not impressed by him. That's a question mark. You can't have a question mark at quarterback, and they have a huge question mark at quarterback. His best play was that long run he had. None of his passes. The long run, and then he stumbled and fell. He ran 80 yards, tripped over his own foot, and fell.
My man did all right, man. I mean, we'll see. I mean, with Saquon in the backfield, it puts everything in place. They can't, we'll see.
No more Daniel Jones running because he had wide open field and tripped over his own foot and fell.
Probably kill somebody's fantasy points. Hey, it is what it is. Let's move on. Let's talk a little bit about Philly, man. So Philly, I don't want to spend long on them, man. I mean, I just don't have much to say. I'll go quickly because I don't have much to say about it. For Philly, I'm sorry, man. I'm just sorry. I just don't know what else to tell you. I mean, you got an offense with Jalen Hurts, I think Jalen Hurts is going to
be Nick Sirianni from.
That's what I'm saying. A rookie head coach. You got Jalen Hurts at QB. You got Miles Sanders, and you got the rookie Devontae Smith, his old boy from Alabama, and receivers. Other than that, Rager hasn't panned out. Your offensive line is okay, but they're a little old.
I think Rager will be better. Rager will make a huge
difference
just from the.
No, he's trash.
He's quick. He's been impressive in training camp. He's a good kick returner.
Okay, in training camp. Yeah. Keyword in training camp.
Against the Steelers, he blew right past Spillane for an 8-yard touchdown. It was Spillane's final play as a starting linebacker.
Is he a starter?
Steelers, thanks to Ray.
But I'm just saying, like you're talking about the weakest guy.
He was starting because Spillane got benched. That's why they traded for Schubert. Schubert's replacing him. The trade.
But why was he covering Rager? Why was he covering Rager though?
They ran a crossing pattern. Tight end went across.
Oh, he can't guard. Can't nobody guard that. He ain't Devin White or nobody. But I mean, you can't fault the guy for that. But I mean, as far as for Philly, I ain't gonna spend too much time on them. I mean, their offensive line is solid. It's probably one of the most stronger points of the team. Defense is solid. Brandon Graham played there for years. They got Ryan Kerrigan, an old Washington player. Hargrave. Their defensive line is stout. That's one thing I can say. On the back end,
Fletcher Cox. Don't forget Fletcher Cox of the D line.
Oh, Fletcher Cox is a monster. I mean, he's a top 5 D tackle in the game. I don't.
They added Steven Nelson. Yeah, solid corner. He's a pro.
He's gonna get smoked.
They got Darius Slay, who got the big contract at the other corner. So
right, he
got defensively solid. Offensively, so Devontae Smith is going to be key. His rapport with Jalen Hurts. So Jalen Hurts last year had 6 touchdown passes in the final 4 games. So 6 touchdowns, but he also had 4 interceptions. So 6 TDs, 4 picks. 52% passing rating as a rookie, very average. Sirianni is a quarterback guy, and so coming from Indianapolis, he was involved in a lot of their game planning for their success with Frank Reich. So he could have a big impact on Hurts. Rager, I think, gives them speed. Smith gives them speed. They have 2 solid tight ends, professionals, Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert.
They still I thought Ertz is gone. They still got him.
He's still there. Yeah, so they got Ertz and Goddard. Yeah, and then Miles Sanders is a running back, and then the guy, the backup running back is a guy who used to be with the Bears, who's solid. So
backup running back. Oh, he's a Boston Scott or Jordan Howard.
Jordan Howard. Yeah, so he's solid. He darn near knocked out Spillane, blocking him. Hopefully, Spillane's final game, the preseason game versus Philly. I think they'll be the key's gonna be Hurts because the backup is Joe Flacco, and I don't see Joe. If Joe Flacco
I hope Joe comes in. If Flacco comes in that motherfucker. Okay, you call the bank and say I'm coming. Hey, but that's just me. I mean, what's the win total for them?
The win total 6.5.
Under, definitely under. That's simple. What you got?
So you're gonna stay with the dumpster fire this year for that?
No. I mean, I'll say the Giants. Giants gonna be competitive. Philly is trash. I'm sorry.
6.5. Can Philly get to 7 wins? I don't see it with Jalen Hurts. Defense will be solid. But I see under as well, which is So it's, from my perspective, NFC East is looking like another dumpster fire.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I don't see much coming their way. I mean, it's for them. This year, it looks like, just a quick note, the NFC East plays the NFC South. So you're playing the Bucks, Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You're playing the Carolina Panthers, the Saints, and the Falcons. So it is what it is. I don't see them getting over that. Let's talk a little bit about Dallas, man. I mean, I know Dallas. You probably got a lot of Dallas fans.
Dallas is the betting favorite to win the NFC East at plus 130. So
Yeah,
The
I mean,
public likes them. They're throwing their money at Dallas as usual.
right. I think it's just more because of the name. They look. I haven't really watched a ton of Hard Knocks, to be honest. But from what the little episode that I saw, I'm not a small guy, but Mike McCarthy makes me look incredibly. I mean, my man is just. I don't want to talk about my man like that, but he just looks like he doesn't know what he's doing. You can see he doesn't. I've been told people. I mean, when he was with the Packers.
Yeah,
I mean, it's one of the reasons why he was gone. Like Aaron Rodgers don't want to put up with certain people, and Mike McCarthy doesn't know what he's doing, man. That's just my opinion. But Dallas has a lot of talent. When you look at that Dallas roster,
Dak back under center is the first thing with that new $160 million contract.
Yeah. So I mean, it's more like show us what you got. You know, are you worth the money? I mean, I'm happy for my man getting his money. I'm really happy for Dak getting his money because they made him work for it. Once he got hurt, the Cowboys could have just said, "No, we're not." I mean, you're hurt. You know, yeah. I mean, they could, but they gave him the money, man. He held out in all of that. I mean, he went through the fire. So first of all, shout out to Dak for getting the money. Because that was a big story.
He did it the hard way. If Mississippi State, not a first-round pick, mid-round.
You respect that. I respect that. Yeah, man.
And he made a way.
He had to sit through trash. He was in traffic. You know what I mean? He had to fight for a roster spot. So
the Romo mystique. I mean, Romo was there when he was drafted, and his play just dictated.
And Romo, I mean, Cowboys fans love Tony Romo. I don't want to spend too much on it, but as far as for the outlook for the season, for me, Dak. I think he's going to be solid if he stays healthy, man.
Think about the shoulder strain. Based on Hard Knocks, he's having shoulder issues. They had to call the baseball team to change his
delivery,
his throwing routine. Yeah, well, not delivery, but his routine. And Jerry Jones said he told Mike McCarthy, maybe it's not a idea to have our $160 million quarterback throwing Hail Marys in practice. And McCarthy just was quiet. And I don't think that's a smart move. You have four other quarterbacks here. One of them could do that.
They suck. Hey, Dallas fans, I'm gonna just let you know that right now. If you lose Dak, your backups are Ben DiNucci and what's my other dude's name? Ben DiNucci and Garrett Gilbert and Cooper Rush. I'm sorry. I mean, Dak, like I said, do what you got to do. You probably gonna be on the field, but just know if a quarterback goes down in Dallas. For my betting guys, I'm telling you, I hope you saved up all season because certain teams are gonna make us rich. You got to understand that. But I'm trying to help you. But
so they're saying the shoulder strain will be okay by the season opener versus Tampa. That's
going to lose. They still that's our
On the positive side, glass half full. They do have weapons. CeeDee Lamb looks like he's gonna be a stud.
He's a monster. He's a number one. He's better than Amari Cooper. For Cowboys fans, I mean, I'm gonna let you finish, D, but I just want to let you guys know, Amari Cooper ain't all that. All right, CeeDee Lamb to me, he's a beast. I mean, Amari Cooper is really good.
Amari Cooper's just paid. He's the one who's paid.
You know what I mean? Now,
CeeDee Lamb's doing all the work.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb is a beast, man. That offense, if he has time to throw, and like I said, that Dallas offensive line, I mean, they're a little old. I mean, was the guy big Tyron Smith got the back injury.
They're coming back this year, so we'll see.
But they're still a little old, though. That's the thing. I mean, Connor Williams. I mean, he was drafted in the first round. What happened to Zach Martin? Is he playing?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just making sure because I mean he was a little banged up too. So Zach Martin.
In and out. He was hurt.
No, he's good now, right?
Yeah, he's good now. He was. Yeah. It just took him some time to think about if he wanted to come back or not, but he came back. He's playing.
Okay. You got Leonard Collins.
I mean, for them, you got Zeke running the ball. I like the core between Amari Cooper, Gallup, and CeeDee Lamb.
They're paper champions.
That's a good quarter.
The thing is, they're paper champions. I don't think people understand. Games ain't won on paper, man. You know what I mean? All that shit looks good until you guys actually get on the field. I want Dallas fans to understand that. You can talk all this trash. I mean, about you're gonna win, and you're gonna beat Tampa Bay, and all of this and that. It ain't gonna happen, man. I mean, games ain't won on paper. I mean, but the thing is, football any given Sunday, you know what I mean. You got to come to play. But as for me, for Dallas, I mean, their defense now
that was one of the problem last year. So they made changes. Yeah, they made changes. Last year they ran the 3-4. This year they're switching to the 4-3. They were giving up 29.6 points a game, most in the history of the Dallas Cowboys. The worst defense.
Almost the history of the NFL. Or it might have been. It might have been.
Yeah, so they gave up 473 points last year. Wow. They're going to go back to the old Tampa 2 defense when they had Rob Marinelli as their D coordinator. So that I guess shows potential. I mean, hey.
I'm looking at Dallas. You're still gonna have those defensive issues, man. Because my biggest thing. I don't know if Leighton Van. He's been hurt. He's been banged up. Now Randy Gregory, he's gonna be your starter. He's not a starter. He's more of a rotational guy. I mean, and you still don't have a pass rusher. DeMarcus Lawrence, he doesn't have enough speed. He's too heavy coming off the edge. He doesn't have that quick get off that's gonna really scare guys. Jalen Smith, from what I hear,
he's ill on the PUP, physically unprepared.
Who, Lawrence?
Unable to perform.
Like I said, he's on a downward slope. He ain't gonna be what he used to be. Jalen Smith ain't what he used to be. I'm hearing camp talks with him about he's not even gonna be starting. You know, he might be playing special teams.
They got Keanu Neal from the Falcons, who was a safety. They're making him a linebacker. So, I mean, I think he might play. And even the young guy, was it Jabril Cox? I mean, I'm hearing high stuff about him. And then obviously you got Michael Parsons. Yeah. Michael Parsons looks the part. I mean, he's diagnosed and plays. He's going to be a solid linebacker. Now, if Leighton Vander Esch and Michael Parsons can do 1-2 and then Jalen Smith come to play and then Neal, I mean, you might have something. But at the end of the day, you don't have the secondary and you don't have the pack rush. Yeah, problems on the back end. I mean, Trayvon Diggs is solid, but other than him, really,
Anthony Brown, you know what I mean? It's
Donovan Wilson.
These guys are
who's Donovan Wilson?
You got Malik Hooker, okay? I mean, but he's a little old.
No, coming off injury too, major injury.
So I mean, these guys ain't gonna really do much. You know what I mean? What's their total?
Their total is 9.5.
Total's 9.5.
So they're the outright favorite, plus 130 to win.
Man, 9.5 for Dallas. That's tough. And this is just keep in mind this is the added extra game to the season.
Yeah,
so
17.
All right, so that is tough. I really do think I don't know if the Giants could sneak up. I think the Giants could sneak up on some people and scare some people. I say under.
Yeah. If you're confident on the Giants, plus 390 to win the NFC East.
Because Washington can't beat them. They showed it. That Washington that's a horrible matchup. Washington, you don't want to play the Giants. They'll beat the shit out you, which they did the last two. I mean, they swept you. I don't think you beat the Giants in the past, 2 or 3 seasons. Something odd and crazy. But what do you guys see? I got Dallas under. I don't see them winning 9 games.
Yeah. Yeah,
9.5.
Yeah, no way. They got a tough schedule. That's definitely under.
Because I mean, just in our division alone, I mean, you got the Bucks. I mean, you got the Saints. Saints, I don't know. I mean, you got, like I said, the Falcons, and then you got Carolina. They could probably beat those other teams other than the Bucks, and I don't know what the other schedule's looking like. And we ain't gonna go in great detail about it, but let's talk a little bit about Washington, man. So, Washington football team. Last season, division winners. What's the name? They played well in the playoffs. I mean, the quarterback was Taylor Heineke. I mean, obviously didn't have film.
Now they did win the division with a losing record, 7-9.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying they hung in there in the playoffs because I was really expecting it to be a blowout. But I mean, the guy ran around and made plays.
With Washington, it starts with defense. I mean,
Washington's defense. I mean, let's talk on the defense side of the ball. You got Chase Young, you got Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, Montez Sweat. You got Matt Ioannidis as a backup. A former Pro Bowler, Matt Ioannidis is a backup. You got, John Bostic, who's been a solid starter.
They added Will Jackson on the back end.
Their safety, their front seven. Well, no, their front four, and then the DBs. Those guys are set. Now I want to see what this rookie. I'm not hearing a lot of stuff about this rookie. What is it, Davis?
He's
Jermaine.
He's really good.
I don't know. I mean, from what I'm hearing in camp, I mean, he's really not the guy they're expecting. But I mean, we could see what's going to happen with it. But like the thing is that Washington don't really need. They have so much around
at every level. I mean, between that D line with Chase Young and Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen, Montrez Sweat, it's all first round picks.
Yeah, I mean now I will say this: the one way that you could probably beat Washington, and before I talk on the offensive side, if you're able to get past that front four running the ball, those linebackers. I'm sorry, you got a rookie linebacker and John. They're not. I'm telling you, I don't want to talk.
The other starters, Cole Holcomb and John Bostic, who was horrible with the Steelers 5 years ago. I can't believe he's still in the league.
Yeah, these guys can't even line up right. I'm sorry, Washington. If they get past the front line, it might be 6.
He had me taking shots at Hennessy. That's how bad he was on the Steelers defense. And that was 5 years ago. I can't believe he's still in the league.
Yeah, my man. Like I said, the linebackers don't. The linebackers just have to do their job. You can't go out there thinking you're someone great like a Bobby Wagner. Yeah. Just do your job. Fill the gap and make a play on the running back in the flats and screens and stuff like that. If they do that, they're fine.
On the back end, though. Yeah, and Jackson. Landon Collins, and then the surprise Cameron Curl, late round draft pick, who became a player.
Yeah,
I mean,
Cameron
diving in the rough.
Yeah, Kelsey Nicole Nelson. I mean, she had an episode with her. If you missed it, she's a Washington reporter, has her own show. She came in and told us a lot about Cameron Curl. And then just Washington football team in general. But as far as for them, their secondary is good. Offense now, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't want to put on all the weapons they have, but I mean Terry McLaurin, Curtis Samuel, Logan Thomas.
I love Gibson, the running back. Running back is solid to me.
Yeah, he's solid. Then you got a solid backups. You got J.D. McKissick, Peyton Barber, who was a former starter with the Bucks. Now quarterback, I will be the first one to say I know a lot of people don't have a lot of faith in Ryan Fitzpatrick. This guy has
juice. He brings juice.
My man's gonna light the city on fire, for real. That's just my opinion. I'm telling you, if there's anybody to get excited about, it would be him. I mean, he just brings that moxie, that energy to the game, that relativeness. I mean,
I just noticed when we were talking about the Giants, the first round pick who was a bust, Eric Flowers, is a third team. He's a third team tackle on Washington right now. He's still in the league. Maybe for a couple more weeks of preseason, but he's still around.
We'll see if he makes the final cut, right? So,
number 10 pick in the draft. Wow,
damn, far from grace. But from Washington perspective, I'm telling you, man, Washington, Fitzpatrick is going to be. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know who's the offensive coordinator. Is that this guy Scott Turner?
Yeah, Scott Turner, Carolina.
I'm sorry,
I don't like Ron
him.
Rivera.
I don't like him. A lot of people save him. He sucks. He's one of those. He's horrible. He doesn't know how to call plays.
Logan Thomas just got a huge deal. Former Virginia Tech quarterback. Got a nice big tight end contract.
That's the only guy I'm worried about is the offensive coordinator. That guy sucks. But what's their win total?
So Washington's win total is 8.5. I like over. I like this one.
That's one of my bets. Yeah. That's one of my bets. I mean, we're gonna do another episode bets for the season. But
so to win the NFC East, they're plus 260. So
Washington. I don't know that I don't know. But I definitely say the 8 with the like I said. This is adding the extra game, so 8-8 no longer stands. It'll be 8-9. Or from the other side, it's 9 and 9 and 10 or whatever.
Yeah. No.
So yeah.
Washington's
Well, not 9 and 10, 9 and 8. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
Washington's gonna be solid. They're gonna be really strong. I think they're the best team. I don't see how people have Dallas as a favorite. I look at Washington's defense. They have an elite defensive line. You can say on defense they have at least one group that
they have the best.
Elite.
They have the second. Well, Pro Football Focus put it out. They were second, behind obviously Z's Steelers. You know what I mean, with the incredible defensive line. But I mean that you can make an argument that they're better than Pittsburgh. I mean, you can make an argument to say they are. I mean, you got Chase Young and Montez Sweat. They definitely got a lot more speed. You know, I don't think anybody's beating Montez Sweat and Chase Young in a foot race. And I mean, we saw it even in the preseason game. I mean, Chase Young got a sack in a preseason game. Made my man look silly. So
Chase is special. Chase is special. If you remember the NFL films when they beat the Steelers, Coach Tomlin walked up to him. I don't ever want to lose so many games to get a guy like you. I'll never get a guy like you on my team because I couldn't handle losing that many games to get a top pick.
Yeah, he's incredible, man. I'm telling you.
Chase just busted out laughing, which is the coolest thing.
Yeah, Chase is exceptional, man. He's a great guy. So you said you got them over, right?
Yeah, I like him over. I love this Washington team. It comes down to Fitzpatrick not turning the ball over. I think if they rely on running back Gibson, they're solid everywhere. I mean, now they have weapons on the outside. It's gonna come down to Fitzpatrick's turnovers. He'll
be fine.
A tendency to get some turnovers every once in a while, but he has the tendency.
Look what he did with the Dolphins. I mean, look what he did with the Dolphins, who had just Devontae Parker and who else? I don't know. Yeah. I don't know who was the second receiver. I don't know.
As the relief quarterback, Tua would mess up. Fitzpatrick comes in the fourth quarter
and saved the day. Yeah, I mean, and that's why they just let him go. I mean, I like Washington to say the least. Let's talk about the NFC West now. First team on the NFC West side, man. I mean, this is probably the hottest. This is one of the most. I guess it's a toss-up. You know what I mean? To me, it's not. But to other people, it might, and I'm going to tell you why. But Arizona. So let's start off with Arizona, Z. So Arizona, they were fighting for their playoff lives late in the season. My man ended up breaking down, which is Kyler Murray. He found out the hard way that you can't run around at this level. And I'm just telling you what it is, bro. You got to get down and duck or do something.
Now, they stole the game against Buffalo with the Hail Mary.
I mean, they stole the game. Now, one of the biggest things with Arizona was the offensive line, right? Yeah. So I guess they did try to help the guy out with the offensive lineman. They got DJ Humphries, who's been there, Justin Pugh, Rodney Hudson. He's a pickup. That is a huge pickup. He's top 5 center in the league, and like I said, this is why we talk football. There's a lot of moving parts in football. That's why I love it more than basketball because, you know, you can't just rely on KD and Harden. You know what I mean? Football is a lot of moving parts. You got to know these guys. You got to know what you're talking about. But, I mean, for Arizona, I mean, he's a huge pickup. Rodney Hudson, all-pro for years. Max Garcia, who's a veteran, is a backup. Justin Murray, and was it Kelvin Beachum? Was Kelvin Beachum there last year?
No. So he was with the Steelers for like 10 years. And then he was with the Jets, and now he's signed with.
He's a veteran. He's been solid.
So he was a free agent they brought in.
Right.
Solid. Yeah. I mean, he's a vet. He's a solid vet. Who'll come in and do his job. They did add AJ Green to replace. They have DeAndre Hopkins. Larry Fitzgerald has not retired, but they didn't sign him back. So it's like he's in that limbo. Are they going to bring him in at any time? Because I don't think he'll sign with another team. But they did sign AJ Green as Larry's replacement.
And I just want people to know, I don't think AJ Green's really lost he's probably lost a step because he's no longer. At one point, AJ Green was. I mean, he was under the radar. He was up there. A lot of people didn't want to give my man credit when he was with Andy Dalton, when Andy Dalton was the red rifle, okay, keyword. But, I mean, AJ Green, I think he's going to be solid. Now, a guy that you want to watch out for, and it's probably going to be a steal in fantasy, and Kyler Murray's little buddy, Rondell Moore. You can't guard him. You can't touch him. You can't guard him. I'm telling you. I mean, that little powerful, quick guy, he's going to make you look silly. He's going to make the best corners in the league look silly. If they find a way, now it's all up to what is the head coach? What is the head coach Z for Arizona? Cliff Kingsbury, right?
Yeah. Cliff Kingsbury.
This is what they brought you in to do, brother. You got all the weapons in the world. You got a stable on paper offensive line.
Now, I
this
know
is what
about the running backs. They signed James Conner, which
oh, they don't need him.
So that's a question mark. They're running.
He's been I mean, it's gonna be like they're gonna be one of those teams like you guys were last year. Like when you pass the ball 1,000 times, rely on Big Ben's arm, and then just do something. Just do something. You
Carter,
know what I mean?
Plays one game, misses 3. Plays one, misses 3.
And he's slow. I mean,
that
my man probably runs a 4.9.
They still have Chase Edmonds, who's a smaller back with some speed. So that's what they're going to rely on, that competition or that combination in the backfield.
Yeah. So I mean, James Conner, on the offensive side, I think they're going to be solid. Now, on the defensive side, let's see. What did they have on the defensive side? Well, they brought in J.J. Watt.
And then Zaven Collins as the number 1 pick.
He is a beast.
He's really good.
He might be the best, one of the best players on that defense. Nobody's talking about.
State, he is just based on the.
You went to Tulsa
preseason.
Right?
He Oh no, he was the Tulsa guy. Yes.
Yeah, Tulsa. Yeah.
But he's been making an impact in preseason. So definitely that's a big. And he's next to Isaiah Simmons, who's a speed linebacker, and you got Collins as the thumper. It's just a perfect combination, the two of them together. They're both young. They added Malcolm Butler at corner to replace Patrick Peterson. I don't know if that might be a downgrade from Peterson.
I mean, Peterson is not as great as he used to be. Malcolm Butler, I mean, he'll be at veteran leadership and all of that. I don't think it'll be a huge drop off there. But my question for that defense is the safety position. The safety positions, I don't really know. I mean, you got Jalen Thompson. Okay, you got Budda Baker. Okay. Budda Baker's one of the best safeties in the league.
He's a stud.
There's going to be cornerback again. I just think it's going to be cornerback, and then I'm just not sold on the defensive line. J.J. Watt, to me, right now is just living off name. I'm sorry. I don't think he is what he used to be. I don't even think he's not going to really add much. You know what I mean?
And
he's really
they
not
have
going to add
issues with Chandler Jones, who still wants to trade.
He still wants to trade?
Oh, yeah. They told him to take a huge pay cut, and he refused.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's trouble.
Watch, the Patriots will swoop in and make a trade right before the season starts.
The Patriots got a nice little decent squad, but, I mean, the quarterback position is, Cam. Yeah. I don't want to talk about the AFC East. Is another show, but that's just what it is. But, what's the win-loss total for Arizona, Z?
So it's 8.5 for Arizona.
Woof. I'm sorry, Arizona fans. Quick and simple, under. A lot of people might think I'm crazy. I'm telling you. It don't mean nothing. I'm telling you, Kyler Murray's going to get hurt. He gets hurt, and then who's your backup? Your backup is who? Let me see.
Colt McCoy.
Oh, man. I'm telling you, once these guys start coming in, this is the NFL. This ain't the NBA. I'm telling you, this is not the NBA. It's a whole different story. There'll be some weeks where I'm telling you, Mike Glennon and all these other bum guys start coming in, and it's going to be slim pickings. He could be out. He could be out because of a sore thumb or turf toe.
I like this Arizona team, so I'm taking over. I think they'll be led by the defense. I love their defensive line. Their linebackers seem solid. Kyler Murray can't get hurt.
He's gonna get hurt. I'm telling you. And then it's gonna come down to coaching. They're gonna lose close games. I'm telling you.
They are the ultimate boom or bust team.
They're gonna. I'm telling you. They might win five or six games. I'm telling you. If all of that on tape, on paper talent that you see, I'm telling you, it's not going to hold up. I'm telling you, and that they're going to get punched in the face every single week in that division once we start talking about these other teams. They're the fourth best team in that division. The fourth. You feel me? I'm going to tell you why. So let's talk a little bit. Like I said, I got under 8. You got over 8.
I take the over, yeah.
Okay. So Seattle. The Seattle Seahawks. I mean, the Seattle Seahawks. You know what I mean? So started off one of the top 3 teams in the league. I mean, they were red hot. DK Metcalf, obviously Russell Wilson, Tyler Lockett. They just added another receiver, right?
Well, big news from them is Jamal Adams getting a huge contract. So,
Jamal Adams, getting that huge contract. That's
not going to be a distraction. That's not going to be a distraction through the season. Because did you see the argument they were having? So they said they were just going to franchise him if he didn't accept the contract, and his agent said, "I'll take you to court and tell you and say he's a linebacker and not a safety because he played 60% of the plays rushing the pass."
He said he was going to take him to court.
Yeah,
during wants his money.
And so the agent was putting that out there that we'll consider him a linebacker, and so the coaches would have been put in a hard position if he didn't sign that contract. They would have been put in the position we can't have him rushing the passer more than 50% of the plays on the season because the linebacker franchise tag is $20 million, safety franchise tag is $14 million. So
who said that?
No, that's what the defensive coaches would have to think throughout the season because if he rushes,
he's such a great blitzer, man.
More than 50%, his agent will say he's a linebacker. He deserves $20 million on the franchise tag. If rushes the passer less than 50%, that would have been a distraction the whole season because that would have been how they call defenses. Would have been crazy.
If they're worried about that, Jamal Adams is almost like that man is almost like a defensive end, and he's an elite pass. He got pass rush moves, all of that. I'm seeing him bowl over guards, Pro Bowl guards, get to the quarterback.
His mom calling him and telling him sign the contract. Because his dad played in the NFL. Yeah, his dad played in the NFL, had a career-ending injury. So he got injured and his career was over. And so Jamal has had this contract on the table for 2 weeks and hasn't signed it. And the report was his mom called him. And his mom told him, I think what he got, $85 million, sign it. And he signed it yesterday. Or this week.
Was it guaranteed?
Yeah. So he took
$85 million guaranteed.
Well, no, it's a $15 million salary per season average. Franchise tag would have been $17 million if he waited a year. So the agent was making threats saying, "So the Seahawks said if you don't sign the contract, we'll just franchise tag you for the next 3 years."
The thing is,
and his agent said, if you franchise tag him, he's a linebacker, not a safety. And we will fight you in court saying he's a linebacker.
Right, and the reasons why. But the thing is, for Seattle now, they needed him.
They don't have to deal with that, so that's beautiful.
They need him because he is Seattle's defense pretty much. If you haven't watched Seattle football, before him they
give
sucked.
up 2 first-round picks for him.
Yeah, you got to keep that guy. I mean, you got Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner is a nice run stopper and close to the line of scrimmage. You'll diagnose screens, all of that stuff. He'll make veteran plays in zone coverage underneath and crossing routes and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, he's what makes it go. Jamal Adams. But the defense, they did add Carlos Dunlap, which was
Dunlap
I guess he came in strong. He made a huge difference. Yeah, him coming off the edge, giving them.
They went from a liability to a strength.
Yeah,
just adding him. Halfway through the season last year.
Right. And the thing is, a lot of people don't know about him, man. I mean, again, he played in Cincinnati, with William Jackson, on a bad team, bad head coaches, historically bad organization. But yeah, so, I mean, the defense I think is going to be okay. Offense, firepower everywhere, elite all across the board. It's just a matter with Seattle. I'm not even going to talk about the weapons. We know what they got. It's just can they get over the hump?
They added Gerald Everett, speed tight end from the Rams. So you weaken your rival and add him as a strength. So that's twofold win. Now they do have a contract situation with Dwayne Brown, the left tackle,
He's their
Russell has
best.
already.
They better not lose him. He's going to get. That's the 1 weak spot. I forgot. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's the 1 weak area. They have nobody on the offensive line. Yeah. They have nobody on the offensive line, and they still have not helped this guy out with all of these years, man. I mean, I know he's been getting these huge contracts. Russell Wilson, I mean, been hogging all the money, but they need to do something because, I mean, that's one of the reasons they lose. When you see Seattle play the Rams, it's Aaron Donald jumping all over his back and all of these other guys. I mean, now San Francisco.
It's funny. Russell publicly said we need to pay Dwayne Brown.
You better do something. No, you know what it is? He saw Joey, not Joey, Nick Bosa come back. Nick Bosa and
did you see,
49. We haven't talked about them yet.
You see Gino getting crushed. He was in for one play. The backup tackle missed a block.
Don't talk about Gino like
Gino almost got killed. I was like, it would be nice to know he's still in the league.
Yeah. Gino Smith. I mean, some of these guys, you don't know where they are, man. I'm happy he has a job. You know what I mean? The brother got a job. He's in the league. All these head coaches got jobs. Why not him? You know? But
West Virginia's own. Mountaineer.
Yeah. So for Seattle, before we do the over-under, it's just a matter of getting over the hump, man. I'm telling you, you're in the big boy group. I just don't have a ton of faith in you guys because you guys do the same thing every season. You get there, you look great, and then when it's time to play, you just go home. What's their win-loss total for the season, Z?
So win-loss total is 10.
With the new added game, man, that division's tough. I don't know if there's a way that because the way I have it stacked, Arizona's going to suck. Seattle's going to be good, but I also have them behind 49ers. And the Rams. I have the Rams winning the division.
Rams, Seattle. It's tough.
If there's a way possible that Seattle can be third place and win 10 games, I say yeah. But if I had to pick and choose, it's 10 on the nose.
It's 10 on the nose. Now, the key with Seattle, their home field advantage is unbelievable with the 12s. Remember when we had Lofa on, who does post-game podcast on the Seahawks. He was bullish on their defense, adding Dunlap. I think over. I like.
Oh yeah, I like. Matter of fact, I'm sorry. I looked at their schedule. They play Vegas.
Yeah.
They play. I'm sorry. Week 1 they play the Colts. When Tennessee is gonna be tough, they play the Vikings. Teams like that, the Jags. The Tech. Oh, I'm sorry. They play the AFC South. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, over 10 wins. They play the AFC South. Yeah. That alone, 4 wins.
And Detroit is their in-conference cross-conference game.
Yeah, definitely take Seattle over the 10. They're playing the AFC South. Okay.
Now they're tough road tests. So they're they'll be at Pittsburgh and they'll be at Washington. So those are long trips across the country. And early games, 1:00 start.
Big game for Washington.
Yeah, 1:00 start for a West Coast team. Seattle flight all the way across the country. They force them to play at 1:00. It's difficult.
The thing is with Seattle, they're out of division games. I could see them winning all of them. That's just me. I mean, I don't really see much there for them other than Tennessee.
They play at Houston. They play Detroit, Houston. Those are winnable. They play Jacksonville, winnable.
Oh, it's very winnable.
Yeah.
So, Chicago, it's very winnable.
That's why it's over 10.
Yeah.
it's over 10.
Yeah, we both over 10 on Seattle. Yeah, now, let's talk a little bit about next team. We got these last 2 teams, Z. So, 49ers and the Rams.
49ers are going to be interesting because Trey Lance or Jimmy G. You saw that preseason game. Trey Lance came in and had 80-yard touchdown pass. It was like, welcome to the NFL, Trey Lance. So that, that's the key for them is what are they going to be doing at the quarterback position? Because the rest of the team is super solid. They have a really good team. They just got a question mark at the most important position.
Yeah. I mean, for me, 49ers, man, I'm telling you, they got a squad. 49ers got a defensive built squad, And the thing is,
people forget Jimmy G did take him to the Super Bowl.
Jimmy G ain't gonna be starting. He gonna sit his ass down. It's gonna be the Trey Lance show. I'm telling you, Trey Lance got picked that high for a reason. Yeah. My guy is incredibly smart. We had his former Aaron Mercadale. He used to play with him back in North Dakota State. He's incredibly smart. He gave us some gems on him. And just reading what I've read about him and just seeing that he passes the eye test for sure. And the thing is, I'm telling you guys, this is where head coach comes to play and play calling. Kyle Shanahan, you don't have to do much in his offenses. He runs their zone running scheme. He has the quarterback he needs, and he can pull that. On that read option, he can pull that, and the guys will be wide open. He got the best tight end in the game in George Kittle or one of them.
They get Mostert back, who skipped the season, the running back. So he was super solid.
Yeah.
The receivers, they have Brandon Ayuk from
solid.
Arizona State. Deebo Samuel, who's strong.
Very athletic. Well. Yep. Deebo Samuel, very athletic. Yep.
They added Alex Mack at center, former Pro Bowl center. So they
Pro Bowl Alex Mack is a beast. Alex Mack is a beast. He's played for the Falcons.
Yeah.
He followed Kyle Shanahan around.
Yeah.
He held it down for Matt Ryan.
He was in Cleveland with Kyle in Cleveland. So he went from
held
Cleveland
it down
to Atlanta. Out to San Francisco.
My big guy puts people in the dirt, man. I mean, Alex Mack. I mean, Google him. But 49ers, man. I'm just like I said. If you're a Bucks,
of course, Trent Williams, highest paid lineman in the league, is there as well.
Now
follow Kyle from Washington out. I
will say this for our Bucks fans. That's our comp. 49ers, Washington, Green Bay might sneak in. I don't know. It depends on Aaron Rodgers. If Aaron Rodgers wants to play, I mean, it is what it is. But I don't see them beating us. But, I mean, anyway, for the 49ers, they're going to be in the thick of things. I think, for me, I think they're the second best team. Well, no. I'm sorry, third best team in the NFC. Because I got the Rams winning. I think Rams is second.
Win total is 10.5 for San Francisco.
10. Oh, I'm taking over.
You're taking
over? Yeah, I'm taking over. Because I trust Kyle Shanahan. I just – like I said, I don't want to talk that football talk because some of you guys might not understand. You don't have to do much in Kyle Shanahan's system. You just have to fake the handoff. Guys run wide open because they respect the run game and their offensive line of Alex Mack and Trent Williams, and guys are going to be wide open. And you got a defense. We haven't even talked about the defense.
Yeah,
we already know what it is.
I mean, they're stacked on defense.
They're back in. It doesn't even matter because you ain't gonna have time. You're not gonna have time. You know what I mean? You got Aiken. Was it Armstead?
Quarterback's gonna be key. I mean, if the quarterback just can be a game manager, if it's Jimmy G, it's manage the game, keep the score low. If they're trying to take the boom, they'll put Trey Lance in there, and Kyle likes to be aggressive.
Yeah, you're a casual football fan if you're not hip to the 49ers. Yeah. They were just hurt last year. That's why you ain't heard from them. All right, they back up. They're gonna be stomping their feet in your house.
Atlanta fans would say he's too aggressive.
Who? Kyle?
Kyle
Oh, okay, yeah.
So yeah.
Hey, my man.
They still don't forget that.
Shit. I mean, I don't know what happened. You know what I mean? I'm not here to speculate. But
didn't believe in running the ball.
Yeah, man. Sometimes, but the thing he's running the damn ball now because with those running backs, the way he's running it now. So we both got over 10. You said over 10 for the 49ers, right?
Yeah, I like him over.
Okay. Last team, everybody, is the
Rams.
The Rams, man. So Rams, I think they're gonna be incredible. I mean, the short and skinny on them. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, I think that team is ready to win right now. Sean McVay has his quarterback.
Stafford, yeah. How do you feel about Stafford?
Now, I'll say this before I X and O you to death.
Yeah.
This guy, Matt Stafford, is incredible. He played in Detroit under horrible leadership. Other than Jim Caldwell. I don't know why did you let go to Jim Caldwell? You know what I mean?
he had winning seasons too, and they said he didn't get them. He took them to the playoffs. When was the last time?
He made them relevant. This is just dumb.
Like Jim Morris said, playoffs?
I'm happy he got out of there. But to answer your question, Z, Sean McVay, he's an offensive genius. He could not run certain plays with Jared Goff because of. I'm not saying I don't think Jared Goff is dumb, man. I don't want you guys to take his intellect. Matt Stafford is a football guru. He's a huge arm. He's able to make calls on his own. He's able to think on his own. Jared Goff is not at a line at the scrimmage guy. Matt Stafford has done he's had a great career with less. I mean, he's had Calvin Johnson, but I mean, who else in that? What, Nate Burleson? You know what I mean? The guy that works at NFL Network? I mean, okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Nate Burleson.
He's got, so now, I mean, Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, Van Jefferson, he got weapons.
He got weapons. I mean, he did have Kenny Golladay. I mean, but yeah, Kenny Golladay is good, but it's one guy. And then you have also, he's historically had, Matt Stafford, I'm talking about, has had no running game. He's not going to have much here with the 49ers. I'm sorry, with the Rams either.
Big loss. Cam Akers out for the year.
Yeah.
Before the season started.
Now, I will say this, Rams fans. I will say this. You got Darrell Henderson, which you guys know about. Malcolm Brown is going. But I'm gonna put a guy out there, and you guys might not know about him. Jake Funk. He used to play at Maryland running back. A white running back. I don't want to hear that. My man is nice, okay? I've seen him play.
Power.
I'm telling you, he's going to be Sean McVay's little buddy. Who this little white guy? Is that Christian McCaffrey or is that Jake Funk? Jake Funk gets funky, okay? But, he's nice. He's a nice addition to the Rams. And then the offensive line.
They added Deshaun Jackson.
You got Deshaun Jackson. I haven't even talked about Robert Woods.
Woods, Kupp, Jefferson, and then they added Deshaun Jackson as their fifth receiver. So yeah,
it's amazing. And then the thing is, I mean, you already know what it is on the defensive side. I mean, my man Aaron Donald. You feel me? I don't even know what to say. You got Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey. I mean, the best player in the league, and then probably one of the best corners in the league. I mean, I think he's
weak spot maybe at safety because they got Jordan Fuller from Ohio State who struggled last year. He's going to start at safety.
I think he did solid last year.
It was a backup, but now he's the starter because Johnson went to got a big deal with the Browns.
So
now he goes from being a nickel guy to actually starting.
I think he'll be fine. So you got Jalen Ramsey, Tyler Rapp. Tyler Rapp is nice. And then you got Jordan Fuller, and then Ladarius Williams, and then you got Long, who's the young corner who they drafted. I mean, he hasn't broken the starting lineup yet because Williams has really stepped his game up. And then they signed Leonard Floyd back. And then the defensive line is not. Other than Aaron Donald.
All you got to say is Aaron Donald.
He is the defensive line. The thing is, I mean, if you see a picture, my man got three people on him. Somebody should get the quarterback. You feel me?
Yeah. Remember what Albert Haynesworth said about Aaron Donald?
Yeah. I mean, he said,
official.
Right. I mean, he got signed off by a former, defensive player of the year. Yeah, and Albert Haynesworth. So, I mean, there you go. I mean, the Rams. What's their win-loss total for the season, Z?
So we are looking at 10.5 for the Rams.
Oh my God!
And they have a tough schedule. Rams schedule.
I ain't even worried about the schedule because they're the second best team in the NFC. That's just my opinion. I mean, for me,
it comes down to Stafford. If Stafford is throwing picks, they're in trouble. And then he'll be benched for John Wolford because McVay can't. That was his problem. He can't handle picks.
Oh no! Stafford might be. He's gonna be up there. He might be in the MVP running. I mean, just because he's with McVay.
Push the ball. And he wanted the Stafford's arm. That was it. Goff didn't have the arm strength.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh my God! And didn't they draft the speedy rookie or something? Didn't they draft?
Last year Van Jefferson was great.
I'm deep receiver. I thought they drafted somebody this year in the draft that was Tutu Artwell. That's who it was.
Yeah.
Woo! Oh, the boy's fast. I mean, that's why they got him because they're gonna do that play action and cross routes with the Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods and slants and
Deshaun Jackson too.
Yeah, I don't know if Deshaun Jackson still got it, but my man Tutu Artwell got it. My man just gonna be straight up the seam 6. You know what I mean? Then they kick an extra point. You know, but so yeah, so we both got the over on that. Yeah, so I mean that closes out that, man. Anything else to add, Z?
Who do you got winning the division? NFC West.
Man, NFC West, I got the Rams. I got the Rams and 49ers. I can see the 49ers catching the Rams, though. That's going to be a battle, man. 49ers, I'm telling you, do not sleep on 49ers.
Seahawks, Russ could do some things, and the 12 Seahawks have an easy schedule. It's a tough trip out to Seattle to play them, and the fans, they're going to have a full house this year with fans. The 12s are going to make a difference out in Seattle.
I think so. I mean, up until a certain point, right? Because, I mean, COVID is hitting again because at this point in time, you know, that leads me to this. Y'all need to get yourself in some type of shape, fellas. I mean, hit the gym, work out, eat right, take care of yourself. Because I'm telling you, this stuff, you're probably going to head for another shutdown. You back to wearing masks now when you go north of Southern Virginia. You know, you're back to wearing masks. In the South, you kind of doing your own thing, okay? But I'm not going to get into all that. But, yeah. I mean, we're going to see.
The corner. Both, NFC East and NFC West are going to be exciting. Both divisions are going to be strong. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah, this is a great episode, man. I mean, we broke it down for you guys, and we'll probably do, you know, I don't know what we'll probably do next. We'll probably do another division show. We're going to break them all down. And then, like I said, Steelers, Bucks, and I guess Raiders. We'll see how Jay's feeling. We're going to really probably break it down for you because I know for me, I'm talking about each and every individual starter on the Bucks, in my opinion. You know what I mean? In my opinion. I just got to give it. I got to give it to my Bucks fans. Like I said,
I'm ready though. I am ready for the regular season. I'm done with preseason.
I know nobody wants to see it, right? Oh, talking about the preseason. So for all my Bucks fans, man, I will be at the Tennessee Titans versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers preseason.
Live
you know
report. Live report.
I'll be sitting behind the Bucks bench. I think I'm first row behind the Bucks bench.
Okay.
So you know, I'm going to see them up close and personal. This will be actually my first time in Tampa. Seeing them play, even though it's preseason. I mean, the preseason tickets are cheap. That's the reason why. I'm not paying $800. No, it's even more than that. It's probably like $1,600 to sit behind the bench.
Yeah, they're Super Bowl champs, so you got to pay a premium now to see Tom.
Yeah. Now I'm not even gonna tell you what I paid. I paid less than $1,700. But yeah, I will be at the game. I'm looking forward to seeing them. I don't care who's playing. I'm just having a time. But yeah, man. So like I said, next episode, which will probably be up on Monday. Check out the episode with my man Darrell Armstrong, or Coach Armstrong. He's funny as hell, man. I'm telling you, for all you LeBron fans, listen up. For all you Jordan fans, he got you. You know what I mean? He's played in both areas. He's played in the area that is now. He's coaching the great Luka Doncic. You feel me? He threw a few zingers at some guys out there. Okay, D Wade. I ain't gonna say who else, but yeah, man. So tune into that. But we'll see you next show. Obviously, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Apple Podcasts, Spotify continues to support your show, and thank you for the support. We'll see you next show. Peace.